Alright lads, this is Fenner from Frenetic Array and we've got another replay cast coming up. In fact, I'm going to introduce the Terran first because I want to talk about the Zerg a tiny bit. So, who we got over here? He's blue. He's spawning in the, what position is this? 7? 8? 8 o'clock position. It is Goswser MMA. And over here, in the top right, spawning as a red Zerg, getting a lot of attention recently, it is Goswser. He's from Millennium. So this guy recently took out MVP 3-0. So he's really spiked my interest and I really wanted to check out one of his ZVT games. So I found a replay of him against MMA. This is from the Iron Squid qualifiers, I believe. And I really want to see what he's up to. MMA, just going for the 1 racks. And Gosu uses on Team Millennium. Before that it was on Complexity, as you can see he's still got the call tag on. But yeah, I mean I haven't really heard anything about this guy before he beat MVP 3-0. So if you beat MVP 3-0, you have to be a good player. Like, you can't be a bad player and beat MVP 3-0. So this guy has obviously been working really hard, maybe prepared for MVP, checked out his VODs or whatever, and just take him down. So, well, 3-0 I guess is pretty easy, but I didn't see the game, so I don't know if they were close or anything. And MMA. Oh, in fact, one thing I was looking at before this game, MMA has won around $180,000 in SC2 prize money, whereas Goswser, he has won about $1,500 in SC2 prize money. So the difference between these two players in terms of prize money is massive. That's literally 100 times as much. Yeah, MMA is 100 times. Yeah, 100 times as much in prize money. Even a bit more, maybe like 120 times as much. So if you look at prize money and relate it to player skill, then MMA should be a way better player than Goswser. But let's see how Goswser plays in this game. In fact, I'm just going to call him Gosu through this game because Goswser is kind of hard to say and it's pretty long. MMA, having a look for overlords around here. I really like this, seeing if he can get a nice little pick off. It always is so frustrating as a Zerg player to lose your overlord to something like this. But Gosu is just going to be sending these lings out, going to be having a little poke. This SCB was stood on the watchtower to see what's going on, and it's going to get denied really easily. He didn't pull back very quickly there, so his reactions are not that great. But let's have a look. MMA walking up to the watchtower, gonna see what's going on, and currently he's going for the very standard TVZ build, which is 1 Rex, get a command center, get reacted Hellions, and most likely is going to throw down a starport right here, and he's going to put a tech lab on this barracks after he switches it on to the factory, and then go for bench. Whoa, the Ling got in. How the hell did that happen? That's amazing. That shouldn't really happen, but MMA let that in by accident, and Gosu is going to get a really good scout in the main. Sees exactly what's going on. Is that a starport? Yes, that's a starport, and the tech lab is going to go straight down on that barracks, and he's going to be able to get banshees. But what's going on over here? We got second gas coming for Gosu and a roach warren. This is really early. It looks like he's going to go for some kind of roach pressure, but it's not really around the standard roach pressure timing. This is pretty late for roach pressure, so I wonder if he's just going to play defensive with this and macro up. Or actually, this looks like the old Roach Bane timings. So, but he has got 4 queens. This is pretty weird. Maybe he's just going to play defensive with these and take a third. But these queens are going walkies, man. Where are these queens going? Is this a mistake? Oh my god, Roach Bane! It's Roach Bane with queens. 2 queens and Roach. Oh, I really like this. Roach Bane's gone out of fashion lately, but with 2 queens to handle the banshees, maybe you can make something happen here. The reason Roach Bane's gone out of fashion is because the banshees just completely demolished Roach Bane. But with 2 queens in the mix, Like, maybe he can just kill the Banshees and then MMA will just die. Is this how Gosu wins all the time? Let's have a look. MMA throwing down a second bunker. Now, 3 bunkers coming down for MMA. They should be up in time for this Roach Bane. The Baning nest only just finishing, and he sees the Queens walking up, so he knows that his Banshee's not going to be that effective, and his Gosu, he's going to have to morph some Banelings now. We've got 4 Roaches pushing up, and they're going to start attacking the Hellions. MMA needs some great Banshee control. He doesn't want to lose that Banshee to the Queens. The Queens slowly moving up. Transfuse on the Roach. I think he wants to save those Transfuse to the Queens because he really needs to keep them alive. But one thing that's happening here is getting Cloak. So the Queens are not going to be able to even see the Banshee. But he did start Lair as well, so he can start an Overseer if he needs to from that Overlord right there. But we've got the pressure coming in. Our Banelings coming into that bunker. Oh, there's only SCVs in that bunker, so he didn't actually lose any Marines. Great Hellion control pulling them to back. Not a single Hellion lost yet, and those Queens getting killed by the Banshee. We've got an Overseer. No Overseer yet, so that Cloak is just going to shred that Queen. And I don't think Gosu is going to get the damage that he needs to get done here, trying to work on that bunker, but there's just too many SCVs trying to repair it. And can he kill it? No, it's not going to go down. Loads of Roaches lost for Gosu. And that... Oh, Bane's coming in to try and kill the SCVs. The SCVs go down, but there's no units left for Gosu. And that's going to be the end of Gosu's aggression. And now he's in a terrible position against MMA, losing those Queens. He's still got the creep spread. But look at the supplies. We've got 60 supply for Gosu. We've got 70 for MMA. We've got a couple more drones for Gosu. But the thing is, MMA's got those mules. And Gosu hasn't got the 3rd base yet. These Hellions, so many Hellions. He's gonna have to build Roaches if he wants to push these back. We've got 12 Hellions right now with the Banshees coming in as well. I don't think he's got what he needs to deal with these Banshees. He's only got 2 Queens and there's Cloak on there as well. There's no Transfuse on these Queens, so if MMA controlled them really well, he could have taken those down, but 2 more Queens popping for Gosu now, and he should be good to defend at least 2 base, but it's going to be a long time before he's actually able to take 3 base due to this Hellion Banshee sat outside the front. We've got 2 armories coming up for MMA, and it's time to calm down in this game. We've got a bit of pressure here, but the Roaches are out now, going to push these back. Can he take a 3rd base? We've got Banshees in the main with the Cloak, and the Spore Crawler isn't in the best position to deal with these. Great positioning by MMA, just finding a little spot to poke in, but the Overseer is on them, and those Queens should be able to pick down these. We've got no Spore Crawler over here though, so MMA might just be able to fly out of this base. And Gosu trying to take down that. Even got a Roach following the Banshee. You can't shoot up, son. Get out of the battle. And MMA just flies away with his Banshee. And he's just going to be able to like contain him with these Hellions. Moving in now with the Hellions, trying to get something done. There's not many Roaches, so if he got really keen, he might be able to do something. But I don't think it's worth the risk. I think MMA realizes it's not worth the risk as well. We've got Infestors coming out for Gosu now. Have we got Burrow? No Burrow on the way, so it... Oh, sorry. I thought he got Burrow there, but no Burrow on the way, so he's just going to have to play defensive with these Infestors. He's not planning to do any aggression. If he's planning to do aggression, he probably wants to pick up Burrow. And he tries to... He's taking that 3rd base, but the Banshee's on it. MMA should be able to come back with these Hellions and put on a bit of pressure as well. Roach is moving up. Has he got the Roaches in the same control group as the Queens? No, he hasn't. Oh, MMA coming up from behind. He's seen that the Roaches are out of position, and there come the Hellions. Gonna try and get in the main. That Infestor coming out. Can he get the Fungal? Oh, he gets the Fungal just before it dies. A lot of hits, and these Hellions are gonna go down. That run by could have been successful. Oh, mind you, they're still getting into the main. Great position by MMA, just stopping in that choke point, taking down a lot of Lings, but he didn't really get done what he wanted to do there with those Hellions. He's still got a massive lead though. We've got 100 supply to the 80 supply of Gosu. We've got the 3rd command center coming down. He's also on mech, so the supply is a lot more meaningful for MMA in this kind of situation. This Banshee's still working on the hatchery. He's out of energy now, so he's gonna have to walk off. And we've got a Viking here as well. I think oh, and he didn't save that Overseer with the, oh, he actually saved it with the morph. In fact, he morphed the Overseer to save it. That's a really nice play. But you need to work on this Banshee, go, so you can walk those Queens over there, bro. Go. Yeah, there you go. So saving that Overlord by bumping into an Overseer, that's a really nice play. Costs 50 gas, 50 minerals to save an Overlord. And MMA is going to land this 3rd base. And then we've got Blue Flame on the way, we've got Siege on the way. And now it's going to become a passive game because we're going to watch a mech player build up his mech army, sit outside his base. Gosu can't really attack because he's so far behind. And the plan for... Oh, what's going on here? We've got a Banshee, nice position in there, but it's going to get taken down by that fungal. Just trying to pick off an infestor or so. We've got 2 overseers here that can spot anything. And MMA with the dropship there in the... Oh, I actually missed that. We got Hellions in the main, and it looks like they've taken down a lot of drones. Sorry for missing that. But the... oh, wow, there's a lot of drones I didn't actually see. Oh, wow. Let's have a look. Workers killed 23. I'm pretty sure that was all with that push as well. Mostly with that. 23 is a bit much from one base, but that's a lot of drones killed, especially considering Gosu is already behind and MMA reacts by throwing down a 4th command center. He's just going to be like, oh man, I want the economy, I need this mech so badly. And I'm sure that's how Koreans sound when they speak. Exactly how they sound. We've got Gosu going for the hive already. This is crazy fast for considering what kind of position he's in. He's only 120 supply. All he's got is roaches. All he's producing is roaches. In fact, I don't really like the decision to build roaches at this point, since he's so far behind. Like, if there's a push, he's just gonna die anyway. The roaches aren't gonna be good enough. He wants to save everything for the broodlords. But MMA just setting up his little army here, producing a lot of units. Let's have a look at his production over here. We've got 3 factories, 1 with a reactor and 2 with tech labs. We've got anything down here? We've got another, so 3 tech labs and 2 with reactors. That's a lot of Hellion production. 4 Hellions at once, 2 Thors at once, and a siege tank as well. Banshee's coming out as well still, so MMA is going to get in a really nice position. What's MMA going to do with this command center though? If he tries to float it over here, we've got a Overlord just blocking it, and you know, with Thors you can't really walk your Thors over there, so he really needs a Viking or something to take care of this Overlord. We've got 2 Banshees flying across the map now. I think Gosu sees them, so he's going to be able to see them. Those overseers spotting them. And MMA just working on the creep. I really like this. Ooh. Yeah, I really like when players work on the creep. Moving up into the middle of the map, MMA now is going to try and take the middle base. And he's just going to siege up on the middle ground here. A lot of roaches coming in for Gosu, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Infested Terrans going down on those tanks. Great tank fire by MMA, just focusing down those roaches instead of hitting the infested Terrans. So he didn't take any damage on his own tanks from those infested Terrans. And MMA is just in a ridiculously good position now. He can just push when he wants and he can kill Gosu whenever he wants. We've got the Great Aspire on the way. Has he got any Corruptors? He's got 0 Corruptors, so he's not actually going to be able to produce Broodlords for a long time. And here comes the push from MMA. Does he want to push all the way in? Is he just going to go for it slowly? He's just taking down the creep right now, but if he pushes in now, there's no Broodlords out for Gosu. He's on 173 supply, and all he's got is infestors, roaches and lings. So this mech force from MMA is going to be able to plow through the force from Gosu. Look at this. That's not a good army to be up against mech. We've got 3-3 on the way for Gosu now. Only +2 melee on the way for MMA. And now Gosu's just going to try and play defensive as he can. He's got 5 Corruptors on the way, but is it going to be enough? Like, those Corruptors, it's going to take a long time to get broods out. He's only got 300 gas at the minute. In fact, he just spent it on something else. So here we go. We've got 1 Broodlord. If MMA scanned that, so he knows what's going on. He knows there's Broodlords morphing right now, and I think that triggered him to go in for the push. He's got 4 he doesn't want it. He's so indecisive with his pushing. I really think that MMA could have just finished the game right there. He could have pushed in before the Broodlords pop, and now he's given Gosu the chance that he needs to get a couple of Broodlords up to get back into this game. Where are those Banshees? Banshees are in the natural, trying to get the Great Aspire. Nice split from MMA, splitting up those Banshees so he can work on this Great Aspire. Fungal going down, but he has got the Corruptors here as well, so those Banshees not going to be able to do too much, and the Banshees just going to hide in the corner. I'm not sure if Gosu realised that, but he didn't send his overseers over there. And now comes the push from MMA. I think this is a bit of a missed timing from MMA, because now the broods are out. He's only got 3 broods right now, but got 3 more on the way. But with broods out, it's going to be a lot harder for MMA to push in. We've got a lot of tanks, so those broods are going to be so good against the tanks. All we've got is 4 Thors, and there's like 4 broods right now, but 4 Thors are not going to be able to do anything against the Broodlords, especially with transfuse in there as well. Roach is running up trying to take care of these tanks, a couple of invested Terrans going down, but the Broodlords can do all the damage they want here right now. We've got transfuse going down on them as well, and all these tanks are going to go down. That's like 15 tanks just going down to these Broodlords. MMA with this timing, he could have pushed earlier and just got so much done. And Gosu is just going to be able to, he's rallying Vikings now. We've got 5 Vikings being produced at a time, so maybe he can continue with this push with the Viking rallying, but those tanks are going down quickly. I'm not sure how long he's going to have them left for, and we've still got a full max Roach army for Gosu because the Brutes did all the damage in that game. We've got a Viking being rallied in, and now the Roach force for Gosu is pushing out. Here comes the counterattack from Gosu. A really bad timing from MMA coming out after the Broodlords hit, and now Gosu is going to be able to put on the counter pressure. We've got a planetary here, we've got 2 Thors on the way at once, we've got 5 Vikings, so he's going to be able to take care of the Broodlords. But the Roach army is incredibly strong for Gosu right now. We've only got 5 tanks for MMA, we've only got Vikings and Thors in production, so this push from Gosu with just whoa, massive fungal taking down all the SCVs. Oh, that was a massive fungal. Great play by Gosu, just hanging into this game and letting MMA make the mistakes. I really like this play from Gosu, just playing defensive. And that's a lot of Vikings from MMA though. He's going to be able to take down these Broodlords. Only a couple of transfuses left, 3 or 4 transfuses left, and another Broodlord goes down. The Roaches are moving in, going to try and take down these tanks. Here comes the Roach force. Those tanks don't stand a chance against that many Roaches, and all he's got now is Vikings against Roaches, and guess what? Vikings don't really kill Roaches. So we've got the Roach force moving in for Gosu now. What have we got, Haru? We've got 2 tanks and 2 Thors. This Roach force is looking incredibly scary for MMA, and he's pushing into these Thors and tanks right now, and those Thors are going to go down. I think Gosu is going to be able to push it into the main. Vikings landing, trying to take down these Thors. Vikings lifting off. He realizes that's not a good idea to try and take down Roaches with Vikings, and then all the Broodlords are going down now. A couple of transfuses on that, but that's the end of the Broodlords for Gosu, but he doesn't really need them. You don't need Broodlords when there's 15 Vikings and 2 Thors on the field. Roach is trying to push into the main net right now. MMA trying to hold on. Vikings behind the supply depots. Gosu can't really get up the ramp here, and this Thor's doing a lot of damage, but the Roaches finally move up and take it down. Invested Terrans on the ledge, pushing into the main of MMA. Roaches going in, but there's a lot of Roaches lost very inefficiently, but there's even more Roaches rallying in. Massive Congo line of Roaches taking down this Thor. Can he get into the production of MMA? These Vikings trying to be the last stand. The SCBs as well on the ramp, and the Vikings trying to finish off these Roaches. I think they're going to finish them, but we've got a couple of infestors, not much energy. The Queen's also here. And 170 supply for Gosu, 2 tanks in the main for MMA, 54 supply for MMA, 17 SCVs. I can't believe MMA's going to end up losing this game due to his poor timing against the Broodlords. And the Thors and the Roaches are in the main base for MMA now. He can't produce anything. Anything that pops out of these factories is just going to go down. MMA with bases all over the map. He had the massive lead in this game. I can't believe that Gosu is going to come back and take down this game, but he's got no SCVs left. Roach is coming into the 3rd base for MMA now, and I think this is the end of MMA. Middle base going up for Gosu, saturating that. He can produce whatever he wants right now. All the Vikings have gone down as well. He can go back into brood production if he wants, and I think MMA is just sucking up this loss. He's on 25 supply right now. I don't think he can believe that he lost that game after holding the Roach Bane, after being so far ahead, and just that missed timing against the Broods cost him the game. And he's gonna try and make something happen. I don't think he can make anything happen. Like it's impossible to make anything happen. We've got Mutalisk coming out from Gosu now, and I think MMA is really disappointed with this loss. He's trying to take it in, and got that planetary there. We've got a planetary up here as well, but he's got no production. He can't land the production. If the production lands, the Roaches are just gonna kill it, and this is like really sad. I feel kind of sorry for MMA. He obviously is not taking this loss very well. It's a very painful loss for MMA. The planetary going down, and a couple of Roaches up here just harassing the SCVs for MMA. Planetary taking them down, but MMA sees this middle base as well. He knows that Gosu has pretty much won this game by now. And there we go, Mutalisk just working on that starport. Poor MMA. Trying to land the production up here at the top. But can he even produce anything? He hasn't got anything to produce. GG from MMA. Hello guys, thanks for watching the cast. Surprising to see Goswser getting so many wins against such great players nowadays, even though I think that was mostly due to MMA's mistakes. Great game though. Great comeback from Gosu, even if it relied on MMA's mistakes. Click my face! Oh yeah, click my face to see another video. I really think that's what I'm thinking. Click my face. Click my face. Peace, yo.